Everybody seems to have an opinion on YG right now. He just dropped a brand new album. It's titled The Gentleman's Club. And instead of people talking about the music, a lot of conversation seems to be centered around two things. The first is people think that YG is stuck in the past, you know, when it comes to gang banging and all that stuff and his imagery. And the second is that he's finally addressing the rumors surrounding Draco the Ruler. Let's start with the music. One of the biggest criticisms I've seen online is that YG is still leaning too heavily into gang culture. People say we've moved past that era, that West Coast rap has evolved. Artists should be talking about business, ownership, entrepreneurship, growth, instead of constantly pushing gang politics. That seems to be a hot topic in LA rap. The biggest target has been the song Gang Business. He put out a song called Gang Business featuring Pay Gotti. And I've seen people on X say that they're tired of the imagery. They're tired of hearing about gang banging. They feel that that's a chapter that should stay in the 90s and the 2000s. I kind of think that it should too, because I feel like it caused a lot of death and turmoil. A lot of fans, they want to see growth from artists they've been listening to for over a decade. But at the same time, YG, he has built his entire career on authenticity. Whether you agree with his message or not, he's always has represented the lifestyle from which he came from. If he suddenly abandoned that overnight, people will probably accuse him of being fake. For him, I understand it's a tough position to be in. Now, the bigger conversation surrounding his album is the song We Know the Truth. If you followed West Coast rap for over the last few years, then you already know that the title caught everyone's attention. We Know the Truth is a phrase heavily associated with Draco the Ruler and Distinct Team. After Draco was killed in 2021, conspiracy theories online, there was a lot. They immediately started circulating online because Draco and YG had a public beef. People began accusing YG somehow being involved. To be clear, those accusations have remained rumors and speculation. There has been no public evidence proving YG had anything to do with Draco's death, but because of the history between the two camps, the rumors have never really disappeared. On this new song, YG finally addresses the people constantly trying to connect his name to the situation, and I think that that's one of the reasons why the record is getting so much attention. Aside from the fact that he has a music video for it.
They say I murdered this, they say I murdered that. Well, if that was true, you'd be a fucking rat.
Now, I actually skimmed through the album, and honestly, I think it's getting more hate than it deserves. Is it a perfect album? No. You know, but it's definitely not trash. You know, the production is good. The sequencing makes sense. You know, there's a lot of cool features. People from Pusha T, Tyler the Creator, Jid, Absol, Buddy, along with O'Deal, Isaiah Falls, Shoreline Mafia. I would say that's a pretty respectable lineup. To me, it feels like people already decided they weren't going to like the album before they even press play, because there's a lot of hate surrounding it. That happens a lot with artists who've been around for a long time. Eventually, people stop judging the music and start judging the artist. That's why I think YG is right now. He's reached a point in his career where everything he does, it gets compared to the past. People want another My Crazy Life. You keep seeing people bring that up online. People want another classic. And if they don't get that immediately, they call the project a disappointment. Personally, I don't think The Gentleman's Club deserves all the criticism that it's getting. I think it's a solid project. It's not a classic yet. Of course, it just came out, but definitely it's worth listening to. The bigger question is, should YG continue making music surrounded by gang culture? Or if it's finally time for him to evolve into a different version of himself? Because that's really the conversation here. That's the conversation that people are having online. Not whether he can still rap, but whether they still want to hear the same message that he's been delivering. Let me know what y'all think. Is YG getting unfairly criticized? You let us know in the comments. Do you think it's finally time for him to leave the gangbanging behind? Let us know. This is Play That Back. I'm Lowski the First. Peace.